Today I asked myself a question, which I think everybody asks themselves eventually, which is do I or do I not like koalas? It was kind of a journey. At first glance, obviously the answer is yes, because they are precious and adorable. This is firmly yes territory, but they do make a spooky noise, and I posted about this before, but I'm going to show you again. So that's obviously bad. And then I saw a couple of videos talking about their brain and how smooth it is and how dumb they are. But they kept using this picture, which we know that's not what brains look like when they're out of the head. This is like a peach jello mold. Then I looked up their actual brain, and I guess trigger warning if you don't like actual brains, but this is their brain. So it is actually very, very smooth. And I was like, what is going on with koalas? So I just started from the beginning. First of all, in America, we call these koala bears, which is completely wrong. They are not bears at all. They are marsupials. There's a lot of chatter about koalas having a substance abuse issue because all they eat is eucalyptus and it's toxic. So people say they're like all day long and that they're just like drunk on eucalyptus leaves. But despite pictures like this and this and this and this, also this, really like this one, they're not actually whacked out of their gourds on eucalyptus. It's just toxic. So they're not as much impaired as they are trying not to pass from it, which actually is part of the reason that they have a smooth, tiny, weird brain, because they're spending all of their energy trying to digest the eucalyptus that is not only toxic, but it's like not calorically dense and hard to digest. It's super fibrous, that they don't have the energy to expend on anything but basically eating and digesting their food. So they're not impaired, they're just conserving energy. And their brain is super smooth because folds are for like complex thoughts, and they do not have time for complex thoughts. They have an entry level brain. We have a lot of things going on, and they have basically one singular thing going on, so they don't really need folds. So calling koalas stupid isn't actually accurate. Their brain is just energy efficient. Their brain is basically a base model sedan. They don't even have a radio in this car, but it gets them from point A to point B, and it's still a good car. It's not a fully loaded G-Wagon, but they don't have the energy for that. Anyway, that went in the pro koala column because I felt bad that everybody was calling them stupid. But then I learned they have this, whatever, this weird chest wound looking gland. A mature male has a dark scent gland, yuck, in the center of his white chest, which exudes a dark sticky substance, also yuck. He rubs this on his trees to indicate to other decline. I don't like that. I don't want you to have a stinky oozy gland on your chest. I didn't know I had to say that. Also, I feel like I've never seen an image of a koala showing this gaping cavern. So that went in the bad column. And then I learned that because they eat eucalyptus and it's so toxic, they have to acclimate their babies to be able to eat it without like immediately dying. So they feed them their poop. The joey must feed on a substance called pap, which is poop, just call it poop, which is a specialized form of the mother's droppings, soft and yeah, I don't want that at all. I know a lot of animals do that in one form or another, but I just have a strong anti-feeding kids poop stance. I will not be swayed by the it's okay to feed kids poop agenda. Okay, I lost my train of thought entirely. There's also two different varieties of koala. I'm really only familiar with this gray guy, but this one is in southern Australia. And why is it a big honker compared to this one? Also, I don't know if this is full. Hold on. Okay, no, the southern ones are twice the weight, not twice as long, but twice the weight for sure. So this one must be a baby because that does not seem right to me. I am so confused about the size of koalas. This to me looks legitimately massive. This, I'm visualizing the size of like a panda bear. This one is clearly an infant baby and I love it and I would like to keep it as a pet unless it is a boy and it has that yucky thing. Also, if I went to hold a koala and they gave me a sticky, oozy boy koala, very strong preference for lady koalas. Anyway, koalas also have fingerprints for some reason. They're the only animal other than primates to have fingerprints. Why? See, there's so many weird koala facts. Speaking of their hands, I saw this, which whatever this is, makes me uncomfortable, but the alternative, which is this donger, also makes me uncomfortable. So, and this, I don't know what's happening here. In practice, better because it's furry, but also, I completely forgot to talk about the fact that they basically all have chlamydia. Like it's nearly 100%, but it's not the same variety of chlamydia that we have. Like I don't have it, but like humans, chlamydia that koalas get is not the same one that infects humans, blah, blah, blah. I saw a thing, I forgot to screenshot it, that said there's no evidence of koala to human transmission. So that's good. But also it's bad because it is killing a lot of koalas. And I went on a tangent because it kept saying they eat gum trees. And I was like, I thought they just eat eucalyptus. But it turns out eucalyptus is a gum tree, but not all gum trees are eucalyptus. And also not all eucalyptus trees are gum trees. I don't know what's going on. In conclusion, I do like them because they are adorable, dopey little ding dongs. But they're with caveats. There's a lot of concerning aspects of koalas.